This is the Mystery Shack, and trust me when I say that the building itself is beyond mysterious. Like, tell me, where exactly is this room in the house?
Okay, so I was cleaning up behind this bookcase when boom, mystery door. This old shack is full of weird secrets.
I'm not even talking about the mystery door, though bonus points if you know where that leads. Or better yet, can you tell me where this closet is?
All right, Grunkle Stan's gotta have some decent board games.
I bet you didn't even know that place existed. If you can't tell, there's a whole lot of unexplained and secret locations hidden in the Mystery Shack, as well as a bunch of rooms that make just very little sense overall. And today, we're looking through every square inch of this shack to piece the mystery of the place together. I totally promise that'll be the second and only mystery pun I provide this video. But yeah, today I'm showing you exactly how the Mystery Shack works and how it doesn't. All right, we got a lot to talk about today, so let's start things off properly. This is a layout of the first floor of the Mystery Shack. Yeah, it's a lot of rooms, and this is only the first floor. Clearly we got a lot to cover, so let's start checking out some of these places. We'll start with the big ones. The most iconic location of the shack has got to be the gift shop, and we get one of our best looks at it in the very first episode of the series.
Wendy, I need you to put up this sign.
I would, but I can't.
So yeah, that's the shop at its most basic form. Its layout changes a bit throughout the series, as we see in the episode Seuss and the Real Girl, where it gets a rack of shirts in the middle of it, but as you'll see, a change like that is way more than reasonable compared to some of the other leaps in logic this place has in store.
You could do this. Just use your mouth. Your face is good. I'm a suit.
Speaking of leaps of logic, let's move along to the museum.
Wonders never before seen by human eyes.
Am I a man? Am I a baby?
You think for it being somewhere as weird as Gravity Falls, the shack would use actual freaks of nature, but no, just a bunch of taxidermied parts glued to one another. Then we got the kitchen.
Talking meat for the apocalypse, doodle-a-doo, we're all gonna die.
How cheery. Then of course we got the living room.
TV, it knows what I want.
Grunkle Stan, we want different room.
There's a little bit more to this one than what we see right now, but we'll tackle that a bit later. We got one bathroom. Stan ain't gonna add any more, I guess.
Disco girl, coming through.
Don't come in, don't come in!
This is what happens when you have to share a bathroom with 3 people, maybe 4. I don't know, maybe Sue sleeps over sometimes. You've also got the ballroom. Don't know how this cramped shack fits that, but whatever.
It's electric. Lightning. Lightning, what?
The lobby, which is more of an entryway to the front of the shack.
We'll cut you. Let's go away from here now.
Hey, girl.
Apparently the layout has that right next to the kitchen. Let's keep that one in mind. Then we have the parlor. Pretty empty, but a great place to carve a wax figure. And speaking of wax figures, let's start talking about some of the weirder rooms in the place. Here's the wax figure storage room.
When I found the secret door,
It's a secret wax museum.
They're so lifelike.
And that is the first of many hidden, cramped closet spaces in the house. Here's one that isn't as hidden though, Seuss's break room.
you just gotta make your body go like a video game puzzle block. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, bop, boop, boop.
I wanna know why there's even a door for that space and not just like a hatch in the wall or something. Here's another closet that for some reason has more space than Seuss's break room, the board game closet.
All right, Grunkle Stan's gotta have some decent board games.
Let's see. Battle Shoots and Ladder Ships, Necronomiconopoly.
Grunkle Stan's got some classics. Who hasn't had a great time playing Don't Wake Stalin? And we actually have some other closets not shown on our layout plan. We'll cover them in due time, but now let's talk about the most secretive rooms in the house, the ones I've been saving for last. Firstly, Stan's office.
Kid, let me break it down for you. Being a boss is about commanding respect.
It's in the heart of the building and also just so happens to hold a lot of secrets, just like Stan himself. And finally, we have Stan's bedroom.
I'll keep an eye out for Stan.
Yeesh. Ominous signs. And actually, we're gonna start looking deeper into rooms, starting with Stan's room. So you've seen his door. Now behold the interior. So far in that clip from the episode Skidioki, we're seeing a lot of red lighting, the bed on the left side of the room from the door, a shag carpeting, a safe, a scary fish, and a furnace. I mean, it's all off-putting and stuff, but is it as off-putting as the entire room being mirrored? If that doorway's light is to be believed, then that means Stan's room is completely flipped. The bed is to the right of the doorway now, and it seems like there's a lot less stuff in the room. At least from that view. All according to the episode Bottomless Pit, mind you. But I got news. That's not the only time we see the simpler version of Stan's room, but there's an issue with it. Take a look at this clip from Headhunters and let me know if you spot it.
It was a charmed life for us, cursed be.
So even in that flashback, we see Stan's room still having the bed to the right side if the light from the entryway is to be believed. But we also have the fish returning from its absence in Bottomless Pit. So, what do we have happening here? I don't see Stan as a man who's got the energy or will to really shift his bedroom around so much for no reason, so I don't know. Maybe it's another one of Gravity Falls' strange anomalies, or maybe the animators just forgot how they laid things out before. So here's a weird one that actually stays consistent throughout the entire series, the museum. Now, if you notice on our layout plan here, the gift shop and the museum are on complete opposite sides of the shack, so explain this scene from Tourist Trap to me.
The man of my dreams walked through that door right now. Oh, why?
I mean, we know this is what things look like in the gift shop when you first enter through that side. And sure enough, that curtained off entrance is always there. Always inexplicably leading to the museum, which is an issue, because here's the entrance to the front of the shack.
Can you help me? I'm looking for directions.
Leads right to the outside world. Speaking of which, here's how it looks like from the outside.
Same boring routine all summer. Until one fateful day.
Even in that shot, you can see the issue with the museum entrance being in the gift shop, but in case you had any doubt that the museum entryway did in fact lead to the museum, here you go.
Well, hello there.
Look at the background of that room. Heck, take a look after the intro, and Stan's walking us through the museum we all love to hate. Very different entranceways, no way to connect them, unless you're this scene from the first episode, of course.
Our uncle told us there was nothing strange about this town. But who knows what other secret?
Yep, because we needed another way for this museum to make our head hurt. Anywho, regarding the curtain way, the only way it could technically lead there is if Stan took the tourists through a bunch of his own personal hallways and rooms, which I don't think Stan is going to be willing to do considering how much he hides, but alright, whatever. We've now seen the entryway from the gift shop and the museum. What if I told you there's one more? If we go all the way around the building, we can see the back porch of the place. Here it is, in maybe its most prominent scene in Dreamscapers.
Ah! Dude, Stan, I've been meaning to ask you, why are you so hard on Dipper all the time?
Now, of course, that's just a memory inside of Stan's head, so if you want real proof that this place does indeed have a back porch, just take a look at this shot from Time Traveler's Pig. There it is, yellow couch and all. Now, where the heck is that entrance? Well, there are two options. According to the map layout we have, it could be attached to the ballroom, but we have a problem with that. The only time we see the entrance to the ballroom is here.
Whoa, sounds like the party's getting nuts.
And there is absolutely no yellow couch or even an actual porch to be found. You could say that maybe this scene from the episode Scarioki shows that porch. But the issue there is that there isn't even a door on that porch, let alone a yellow couch. In fact, I'm pretty certain we're more likely looking at this other entrance that we see in the episode Double Dipper. But yeah, alright, we now have 4 entrances to the shack, so where is the back porch? Well, there's only one other option. This was never actually a back porch at all, it's a front porch.
What do we do?
What's going on out here, dudes? I heard a ruckus. That's a funny word.
Leave it to everyone's favorite handyman to solve our problem. Thank you, Seuss. Look closely and you'll see the stairs of our lobby/entryway through the door frame, indicating that yes, this has always been a front porch. So what's the issue here then? We found 2 new entrances, we can point out which rooms they're accessed via. What gives? Well, remember how big that ballroom is? Let me give you a refresher. Yeah, pretty big room. Now look at how close those rooms are together on our layout. All that separates the lobby and the ballroom is Stan's room. I don't know, maybe I'm being extra nitpicky here, but the spatial logic here is maybe like, I don't know, there's like a 15% chance that that's actually possible. Bro, Stutter McGee over here, can I talk? My point being, I'm not a guy who likes 15%. I'll take 60 and above, that's passing, that's a D. You know what they say, D's get degrees. Or at least I think that's what they say, I wouldn't know, I dropped out of college. So let's go back to Double Dipper real quick. Take a look at this scene and see if you can spot the issue here.
Oh, hey man, what's up? I'm just waiting for the bathroom.
So according to the layout we have, we clearly saw the stairway at the entrance or lobby of the house. Dipper went towards the hallway that leads to Grunkle Stan's room, took one turn, and wham, ran into Wendy, who's waiting for a bathroom that would have realistically taken Dipper 2 or 3 turns. Oh yeah, we're dealing with those types of nitpicks now. Other than that, this placement on the map is actually sort of accurate. Dipper and Wendy end up looking out onto the dance floor of the ballroom from that bathroom hallway, and sure enough, you could probably do that according to the floor plan. It's just we needed Dipper to turn 3 corners to get there, not 1, but enough of that. Here's what may be the biggest inconsistency of the first floor: the stairway in the lobby. I'm just gonna call it the entranceway. I hate calling it the lobby. It makes the place feel like a hotel. Ugh. Just take a look at this clip from the episode Summerween.
Wendy! Ow! What's up, guys? Oh, yeah,
So there's our big ol' lobby. The entryway itself, the steps going up, and then the living room directly in front of that entrance. Looks pretty spacious. On a completely unrelated note, let's take a look at this clip from the episode Headhunters and pay close attention to the right side of the frame.
I'm afraid your services won't be required here.
So what's going on with the entryway there? It looks like there wouldn't even be a door there. And if there was, it would definitely be a lot more cramped than it was in the Summerween clip. And this isn't the only time this happens. Let's take a look at a similar shot from Carpe Diem. Carpet Diem, frick. I couldn't help but say it the right way.
Fight! 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 Fight!
Well, at least now we can see a door, although it still looks a lot more cramped than it was in Summerween. And Summerween wasn't a one-off instance either. This area is consistently shown to be a lot wider throughout the entire series. Remember this clip from Boys Crazy?
We'll cut you. Let's go away from here now.
hey, girl.
Yeah, still a pretty sizable space, at least compared to, well, whatever is going on in clips like these. Even in that 4-second clip, it looked like the room suddenly had no space for a door, and the door was plainly visible. Not really ever making sense, are we, Mr. Lobby? And for now, that's all we got for level 1. Meaning it's time to move up in the world and start looking at the second floor. And no, I'm not talking about the basement yet. This is our layout for the second floor of the shack. Clearly, there isn't as much to talk about here as there was on the first floor, with there really only being 2 rooms. The first of which is the general attic space.
To consult the journal.
Pretty large place, and that shot actually lines up pretty great with our blueprint layout. The stairway turns, the windows towards the back of the room, and heck, even later on in the scene, we see the hallway that should lead to the kids' room. So far, our upstairs area is looking pretty spot on, and things look like they're adding up at the siblings' room too. Here's a clip of it from Dipper and Mabel versus the future.
High school, Dipper, where girls become women and they teach us stuff about... You know what?
Trigonometry?
Oh yeah, baby.
There, we got a layout of the entire room, both front and back, window to the outside in plain view, closet to the right of the door, and big tarped off space also clearly visible. The only issue is, I feel like when Grunkle Stan entered, we should be able to see the attic through the hallway, but maybe he's just blocking off the clear view, so I'll give him a pass. So, no issues upstairs, right? Well, maybe I should have been more strict on that hallway to the attic area, because take a look at this scene from Boys Crazy.
Not so fast. They're not going anywhere.
So, that's a doorway in the place of where an opened up hallway should be. Not a good sign, though who knows, maybe Stan just installed a door to the hallway. I mean, at least that'd mean this layout would still follow spatial logic and all. This is the part of the show where I'm contradicted by a subsequent clip, so go ahead and play that clip now, please, editor. Yeah, alright, lovely. So now there's just no hallway there at all. Inconsistency is the only consistency in this place, I guess. You know, I thought we really had something good going here with the second floor. It could have been perfect. Never get your hopes up, folks. Alright, I've had enough of floor 2. It made me sad. Put me in a real downer mood. So let's go down a few levels in accordance, shall we? They don't hire me for my jokes, people. Behold, the layout for the basement level of the Mystery Shack, and I know what you're thinking. It's way too small and missing big rooms, and I completely agree. But let's go ahead and at least pinpoint what each of these rooms are before we get any further into this. This is Ford's room, aka the Carpet Diem room, aka this room.
This old shack is full of weird secrets.
Now, at the beginning of that clip, we actually see the other non-named area in the basement level. It's never really shown how to get there, but according to the map, it's at the end of the hallway where the wax figures were found, which I can buy, considering the length of that hallway.
So I was cleaning up when I found this secret door.
And curvature we saw at the end of the hallway matches right up with our chart, so I'll go ahead and mark that off as where I think the normal entryway to the basement is. Don't worry, we'll get to the other soon. But going back to the actual carpet room, That shot we saw also gives us a view of the bathroom, and sure enough, it's even on the correct side according to our layout. Heck, it's still consistent even when Grunkle Ford starts living down there.
Didn't I? Hurry! We haven't much time. Ow! Ah! I'm all right.
So yeah, honestly, this room checks out incredibly well. So far, the basement is making 100% sense. Will the streak continue? Oh frick no, the streak will die. Next we got the Tumbleweed Terror basement room. Some folks may be more inclined to call it the boiler room, and it's completely illogical. The best view of it is only really visible for like 1 second, so I'll let you see that still now. In this shot, we actually see that this is a basement room because of the inverted staircase on the left side of the frame, and if you're wondering what the back of the room looks like, well, here you go.
Isn't breaking the rules, like, against the rules?
Nuts to the rules. Tilt, tilt, tilt.
Now, I can't help myself, so I'm just gonna get into this now. Where's the door in this place? I mean, the only wall we don't see entirely is that back wall, but I mean, like, look at our graph. We know the longer walls, aka not that back wall, are the ones that should have the door, yet it's nowhere to be seen on them. So, I don't know. Maybe the camera angles aren't doing this room justice, but at the moment, this room looks to be completely sealed off from the rest of the world, meaning, yeah, it don't make no sense. Welcome to the back rooms. Now, before we get to the room everyone's been waiting for, there's one more secret room that isn't mentioned anywhere on our graph. It's only visible in one scene, it's small. Come to think of it, it's a lot like Seuss's break room. I assure you that it's not that, though.
The trick is to hold perfectly still. Oh, wait. Oh.
Ooh, no, this room is much better. Get ready. You ready? I don't think you're ready. You're not drum rolling, so I'm guessing you aren't ready. I mean, you don't got a drum roll. That's what we got the power of editing for. But, I mean, if you want to put in the extra effort, maybe drum roll a little here, I can. See, I'm doing it. Behold.
Feast your eyes.
Whoa!
Yeah, I made you work for that one, didn't I? A frackin' firework closet. Truly spectacular stuff, right? All right, we're moving on to the sub-basement now. Just gonna be blunt here. There's no layout for this thing, so we're literally just gonna have to tackle this room by room and piece things together like that. Though, thankfully, for the most part, this place seems to make sense. I mean, as much sense as a giant underground lab with a massive portal inside it can make. So, to even get into this place, you gotta enter a code in the vending machine. The code, it's laid out in the way I think it is, I don't know, it never shows the numbers, is 13256, I think. That'll lead you down to some stairs to another password that I'm not even gonna try to relay to you. Got an elevator that can take you down 2 more levels, and let's start with 2.
Welcome to my private study, a place where I keep my most ancient and secret knowledge.
Yep, this is Ford's secret study room, because the giant lab that's on level 3 isn't secret enough. Now, in reality, if the 3rd level, as we'll get to, is more science-y, then this room is more magical-based, dealing with a lot of Bill Cipher stuff, as we see in some flashbacks later on.
He became my research assistant. He was free to move in and out of my mind as he pleased.
Obviously, this is still the Ford we're talking about here, so there's plenty of technology in there to boot, including the mind encrypting device that later shows Bill and Ford's history. But yeah, that's pretty much all we know about this place. Oh, also apparently Grunkle Stan never got into this place, so that's pretty funny. Ford will lock up a bunch of evidence showing he has ties to a space demon, but he will not lock up a potential doomsday device. Reputation above all else, I guess. Anywho, on to level 3. Take the elevator down 1 level and you'll stumble into this. Big old computers, bunch of valves and detectors, security systems, an operating table complete with a place to store all the journals, and of course, a giant portal that eventually brings you your long-lost brother back, and also accidentally almost ends the entire world. See, one question, how do the zoning laws work for this area? I mean, like, how did Ford make all this? How does this fit under a crummy old check?
Cartoon logic.
Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today, but if you want more mind-bending mysteries involving nonsensical cartoon buildings, click the vid on screen right about now. Until then, onward, Oshima!